and welcome back at this 12th edition of BIOVISION Forum. BIOVISION Forum here in Lyon, you can see it. There's many people who are going back and forth because there's more than 1,200 attendees and more than 150 speakers and experts debating with all the attendees. We also have some partners, and next to me, Jean-François Cochy is sitting. Hi, you are the Vice President of Cathay Innovation, which is the Cathay Capital
Venture
branch.
Arm, exactly.
Okay, fine. You are here to debate about invest in innovation. Why a company should invest in innovation today?
I mean, if we take the point of view of a large company, innovation, I think, is the only way to adapt and to sustain, I would say, in the coming decades. So I think this is now shared by every large corporate. They're all funding.
If you don't, you die.
Exactly, funding heavily money, both directly into startups, either a minority investor or acquiring them, but also setting up innovation programs. For instance, partnering with a venture firm like us, Cathay Innovation. Like we're working currently, for instance, with people like Valeo, Michelin, SEB, BNP Paribas.
Could you explain just in a few words what is Cathay Innovation doing?
Sure. So we are a venture firm, so looking at startups in Europe, China, and the US. And so we look, of course, for very ambitious entrepreneurs looking to become global leaders. So we invest alongside the entrepreneurs, and then we support them in their international development. What it is, very, I would say concretely, it's helping them define their strategy to expand, for instance, in China or Europe or US, and then do it with them. And so, for instance, it's taking commercial meetings, doing the meeting with the entrepreneur. And I was 2 weeks ago with a Chinese founder in France, meeting with people at Fnac Darty, at Auchan, to present a product. And so this is very concrete business. And it's working very well because the product of this Chinese company will be sold in the coming months in the Fnac shops.
Nowadays, we can't talk about innovation without talking about China, right?
Of course.
Do you have a special attachment to China? Can you talk about that?
Exactly. I think the DNA of Cathay is, of course, deeply linked to China. Cathay is an old word for English to design or to mention China. It was used by Marco Polo. And Cathay was founded by two people, one French private equity investor and one Chinese entrepreneur. And to come back to China, I think what we see right now is China becoming really a hub for innovation in the world. So it's no longer, of course, the factory of the world. It's really becoming also the laboratory of the world. And especially on some specific aspects like mobile, social commerce, they're really ahead of any other countries in the world.
So Europe should learn from China?
I think on the use of mobile, smartphone, mobile commerce, Europe can definitely learn from China. For instance, what WeChat is doing, WeChat is like the Chinese WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, is a much more integrated with the entire ecosystem. For instance, you can do payment through WeChat, you can book your taxi through WeChat, you can do everything without spending a single physical coin, which is not the case in Europe right now. So I think there is definitely a lot of innovation.
Europe is still very conservative in many topics, but still there is innovation in Europe. You are working on that, huh?
Exactly. I think there is strong innovation in Europe, US, and China. I think there is no single, I would say, geographies that is unique or where you should only focus on. I think Europe is very strong, and to talk about France, around everything related to mathematics. So artificial intelligence, big data, I think we have great scientists, great engineers, and this is, I think, where France can leverage really its knowledge.
Jean-François Cochy, being here at this 12th edition of BIOVISION, how important is for you as a Cathay Capital?
For us, it's very important to detect early on the trends, and I think BIOVISION is very interesting because it's a global event where we can meet entrepreneurs from all over the world. And what also we like about BIOVISION is more focusing on healthcare. But in healthcare, we see more and more, I would say, interaction with other, I would say, digital areas. So, for instance, artificial intelligence used to prevent disease or to prevent heart attack. I think this is a very interesting connection with other areas of the digital revolution.
So for you is plenty. And you will be here for 2 days and talking about invest in innovation.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jean-François Cochy. We'll meet you
Thank
at this 12th BioVision Forum here in Lyon. Thank you and see you. Let's have a next guest now.